Hi, welcome to How to Use CAD. This is lesson 3 of a tutorial with regard to creating extension plans for a small flat in Balham, southwest London. On lesson 1 we created the existing layout plans, and on lesson 2 we created the proposed layout plans. Now here on lesson 3 what I want to do is improve the design a little, tweak it, make a few enhancements and communicate the design even better to the planning officer, as this project will need a planning application. Before we start drawing, I made a few alterations or a few modifications already, and first off I added the northern pointer, which is always a good thing to add to any drawing. It's not too difficult. As you can see, it's basically a circle and a few bits and pieces to make it up. Clearly it has to be accurate, and we use Google Maps to find out the direction of the North Star. As you can see, I've also added the titles to the plans in existing layout, proposed layout, and these plans are done at a scale of 1 to 100, which is standard scale for planning applications. We also added a scale bar, which is a necessity to have on every plan that you're going to use with the local council for planning applications. Added a few notes in the box here, which is always useful. It's about basically it tells you to copyright and about using the measurements on these drawings. They need to be checked by people on site, otherwise we can't be liable. The obvious little bits and pieces still required in the box here would be the drawing title, which is existing and proposed ground floor layouts, client details, scale, references, designer, date, and then of course it's got the logo and our own details, which is standard on all of our drawings. So to start with, what I was looking at doing was making a differential immediate, or making an easy differential to show new walls. Now this is pretty useful aid for the planning officers and for anyone that looks at the drawing. So how we do that is effectively we can fill the new wall areas with whatever we choose. Now, a lot of people do it in black and so on. I'm not a big fan of that, but let's see what we can do it to use up as a filler. And when it comes to doing it, there's loads of different ways we can do it, but I'm just going to pick a different way right now, and let's see what we can do. So I just make a little rectangle here, and then I can look to fill it with probably keep it as simple as possible. Let's bring that down a bit. 50. That's, I guess it doesn't need like 50. Let's try 500. I can never recall if it goes up or down. So that's not too bad, but maybe it's too much. So let's do 250. That's a bit better. And I'm not a big fan of black, so let's do a simple grey. Take away the outline here, simplest. Instead of doing white, just take it away, and now we have, so this is a simple way of doing it. And you can make it 300 or so, but you can do this by hand really. All we have to do here is to please the eye. It's aesthetics, nothing more. And Control C, Control V, make another one. See the way this joins up? One box joins the other. We'll explain that in another tutorial. For right now, let's just be grateful that it does. It makes our work look a lot better. do Control C, Control V. See, it joins up again. And we want a little bit on this side. That's about right. That's the new wall here. Going down. And we want a bit here. Do another one. So, as you can see, this is not rocket science. There we go. And we're showing immediate. Now, what do you think? Should we change the color? Let's look at what happens if we change the color here. We can change the color by going into brush, having a look on there. Pen. We can do an orange, we can do a blue. No, on second thoughts we leave it just grey. That does convey to me. Should we do the little walls as well? I guess we will. So if I do another copy and paste. I always find this interesting because it does help to communicate the design even better. There's no doubt about that. You can see at a glance where the new walls are. So the polyline, and of course I'm also showing you how to use the program. So it's copy paste. Once you've decided, use properties to change the color or to pick a different fill. I go for simplicity in most things. I don't need to be elaborate. I've achieved what I needed to do. This needs to pop down a bit to there. And as you can see, everything is lining up. So new stud work. What else is new stud work? Well, this wall was here. So this little cupboard wasn't here. This is new, but we're not going to bother with that. It's just a cupboard at the end of the day. So everything else is good. Right, kitchen. So the kitchen now we need to show where the sink is and bath and the hob is. That will absolutely make it crystal clear what room that is. And to do that, we're going to bring in a few items from our CAD block files. CAD blocks are essential tools for all designers. You can go online and just Google CAD blocks if you want to have a good idea what's out there in the marketplace. We've already done that, and we've got our own archive. Some we get for free and some we have to pay for, but you'll see how it works. So to get our CAD blocks for the kitchen, we go Open, Architectural, CAD blocks, all files. So what we want is kitchen. Kitchen range, kitchen HUDs. Well, let's do a HUD. So which now? So we want. We don't want elevation. We want plan, and I think this one would be ideal for us. So what we do here, because all we're doing is. Let's see which drawing are we on here. This one. So as you can see now, it's not to scale, so about 980, 980, and that's about 5. Oh, that should be about right. So and we can position that here. That looks about right. There we go. And now we want to sync, so we do the same thing all over again. Open, and we go kitchen, equipment, furniture. Not sure if it's on the kitchen or if it's on the sink. Let's soon find out. Sinks. So, well, this is no good. This is bathroom, so we need kitchen sinks. So if we close that, file, open, kitchen appliances, kitchen sink. Here we go. Right, so it's up to us what sink we want, what sink we're putting in. I generally like simple, with or without drainer. So for today, I'm in the mood for simple, no drainer. So again, I just copy and switch back drawings, Control V, and this one is to scale. And we're going to put that one here, the center. So that conveys the kitchen, easy enough. Now, bathroom. Well, we know we're putting a tub in here, and then we're putting a toilet next to the window, easy for the drainage, and the sink on the other side. So let's go to bathroom. Bathroom fittings, bathroom showers. Let's just try that. That's 2. Hey, Geronimo. So now, again, simple tub. Mind you, we went for a little larger here. We went for the 800. So let's make it a little bit more elaborate. Control C. Back to the drawing. Now this should be 800 by 1800. 1800 tab 800, and that's representative. So which way are we turning this? Taps at this end. That would make sense. Let's just pop it in the corner. It's in the corner. I'm going to box in, have a little shelf here, which will probably get tiled over, or it can be a cupboard. So what should we do? Should we make it a cupboard? For now, keep it simple. Let's just leave it exactly like that. Now we need a loo. File, open. So we need toilets. See. But TV set. WC. So, as you can see, it's filed for choice. I used this one quite a bit, but we could do something a little bit different today. How about keeping it simple again? Looks like it has a seat down on it, which is always good. Again, to scale, that's about right, 670, 550. You can get different size loos, so you can make, you can get, sometimes if the space is restricted, you can get a smaller loo, which are about 450 wide and about 600 as in depth. So here we've got all the space we need, so we can be a little bit generous. So shall we use a his and hers sink, or just a hers, or just a his? Let's just keep it simple again. That's what I always say. So open, and now this time we want sinks. Up, up, up. Sinks, and this time we've come up with the right one. So here, let's do this one, because we have the space, which might look pretty well. Yeah, so just so you know, you can have as many files open as you want here, and which is useful if you're going back and forth, you're doing drawings and so on, and you want, because you can take bits from other drawings. It doesn't always have to be. Let's think. Looks monstrous. Let's have a little look at what the numbers are on that. Yeah, absolutely monstrous. So what we do is we do 450, 470 on that. That should scale it down a bit. And just pop it into the corner here. Cool. So we're communicating. So now let's balance this out again. There we go. Get this back in the middle. Oops. Seem to have resized it. Now, so what we've done there is we've done bathroom and we've done kitchen. So now that adds a little bit more meat to the drawing, which makes it look better. What else can we add? Well, where we have steps we've indicated. Now next thing would be for the patio. So let's do 3.5 meter patio. So that's tab, and down here 3500. That's to get the depth of the patio. So for a patio, well, again, this simplicity thing always works for me. So patio slabs, different sizes, 600, 450. So 450, if I do 600s, they're great, but if I do 450s, it makes the place look a little bit bigger. So I'm going to do 450. Now the best way of doing that is I'm going to do parallel lines. So here we go. Once I establish tab 450, I'm going the right direction, that's fine. Tab 450, tab 450. Am I going the wrong way? I believe I am. Yeah. Okay, nice one. Tab minus 450. There we go. Tab minus 450. Tab minus 450. You get the idea in a moment or two. Tab minus 0. Tab minus 450. Not sure if I'm saying this out loud for you or for me. Let's do a few with my mouth shut. Yeah, still works, doesn't it? And I'm gonna have to just check the sizing again because I goofed up a little. So we're talking about 3.5. It was this one. So that's fine, this one can go. Did a few lines there that we don't need. Now, so 450, let's do, well, ideally from the center here. And stop it there. So now, again, parallel lines. Tab 450. Tab minus 450. Tab minus 450. I should be doing it this way. Tab minus 450. Tab minus 450. So some people think, well, okay, why didn't he just draw a square and do a grill on it? Yeah, I could have done that. As I say, you can do it a whole variety of different ways. It's whatever you fancy. That's basically all you need to do. Now it's patio, yeah. So we don't need to get carried away on this. Did too many lines on there. I could leave them there, but I can also remove them. Another quick way of doing this is that I've done half already. Control C, Control V. There you go. So now let's select all of this and let's go grey. There you go, there's your patio. Now, how about fencing? Well, if you look at fencing, most fences will be, say, 1.8 meter fence panel. So you'll have a post that's 4 by 4, which is effectively 100 by 100. So let's see how we can do that. So we do tab 100, tab 100. We bring that down here. There we go. Now we have a fence panel. And the fence panel will be 1800 tab 50. You check the drawing on that. That's not long enough, so that's better. So bring that over. That's good enough for me. Now, shall we put a ball on top? Let's do that. But let's make the ball 90, tab 90. So there you go. So how would we position a ball here? Actually, that's a bit too small, isn't it? So, for some reason or another, it hasn't kicked in properly with the right size. Now, how would we put that in the center so that it's absolutely accurate? Well, this is one way to do it. We just knock this off and then go. Now that's your center point. There you go. Now if I wanted to, it might look even better if I just leave these little bits to emphasize a little slope going up. So we could modify and we take these out. So now that looks pretty neat to me. So all we do now is just select it, Control C. Of course, now what we need to do is we need to do the same on the other side. So Control C. There we go. Now, the patio doesn't go under the fence, so we need to reduce the width of those patio slabs. That's fine. They don't need to go all the way. They look better a little bit short. Right. What else are we going to put on there? What about garden furniture? Well, let's have a little look. File. Open. Furniture for offices. Furniture outdoor lounge. Oh, goodness me. Let's see what we've got here. Oh yeah, my favorite. What are we going to do here? Should we take this one? And if we take that one, also take that. Anything else? Nope, I think that'll do us. Take the burner. So Control C. Pop back to HTUC. And thankfully it's to scale. So Control C. So I could have done a mirror here, as in as against copy and paste. There we go. A few plants, perhaps. This one's a bit close to the door. Right, now, what you can do is, when you've done lots of drawings, you can always, instead of going into the archives, the CAD archives, and finding more plants, etc., you can always go to some of your other drawings and harvest what you need from there. So, for example, if I go Open, and I go to another one of my clients, let's just see who I'm going to use. Go to Archive, go to a particular one, existing layouts, propose layouts, there we go, this should do it. And here we go. See, we've got all the plants we need here. So, back again to just copy and paste. So now, plants adds a little bit of life. Let's get rid of that one and use a bigger table with a burner in the middle. And oops, we seem to have someone sitting in the chair here, which is useful. There we go. And these can be off the patio. Or not. You think, oh, too many plants, Tom. Yeah, that happens. Right, so let's get rid of balustrade and the rest. I think we don't need that. Okay, how are we doing here? And for emphasis, bring that down just a touch more. Right, now what else can we do here? I would imagine that's everything we need. Maybe a few annotations, let's see, anything we want to add? Not really. So add a bit of measurements. I think measurements would be ideal here at this point. That'll convey. So go down here, dimensions. Well, that's not right, so let's try again. This time be a bit more careful. Now it's not coming up. You see the sizing on that? That's really quite bad. That's really quite poor. So what we do is we format what we want by right clicking here, and we've got a pen. We want to choose the color. No, we're good on the color. Size, let's double it up. 150, and we try again. 150 didn't change much, so yeah, it needs to go a bit more. We also need to be able to bring these bits in. We can do it manual, but 563, oh, I think we just need to go up a little bit. So let's do that. So I'm going to get rid of that again. Wrong thing to do. So you can tell this is live, that's for sure. All the little mistakes, but you're going to make them yourself when you're doing it. So laugh now. We shall see when you're doing it yourself. You'll be going over and back, over and back. What did he do here? What did he do here? And you'd be replaying this video. So now that's better. You can see that. So it's 5652, less than 6 meters, which isn't so bad. Okay, now let's do the width as well. So we need to do the width here. And we need to do the width. So let's make this a little clearer. Now, so we can see what they are. And we can do another one for this wall here. Always nice if we can line up the measurements. Okay, so the measurements are pretty decent. Now those measurements are for planning, so they're not for the client. So that basically conveys, save our work, that basically conveys what it is we need. So in my view, we're ready to submit that plan. There's no more enhancements to make. It's got everything it needs to form a planning application. So these are layout plans. So we've effectively, over 3 lessons, we've covered the existing layout, which is drawn up from a measured site survey. We go there, we make some notes. Then we played around with the design, got the overall layout, and then carved it up, or recarved it up inside to get the new layouts. And we've turned the property from a 1-bedroom flat into a 2-bedroom flat, and we're showing all the layouts. It's all done to scale. It's got all the information that the planning officer would need, as in scale, measurements, etc., etc. Rooms are clearly defined, we know what they are, and that's ready for a planning application. So thank you very much for joining us, for joining me on these 3 tutorials. So the next tutorial on this project would be based on the building regulation plans. That's gets a little bit deeper, but it's a great insight to how do we do plans for drainage, electrical, roofing, structural, and so on and so forth. So keep an eye out for lesson 4, which will be an introduction to the building regs, and I shall see you there. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, if you want to stay up to date and get notifications on the videos we produce, make sure to subscribe, and if you have comments, you're quite welcome to add a comment at the bottom of this video. See you on the next video. And before you go, we have a short clip on how this project turned out. Make sure to watch. See you on the next video. Over the next few months, How to Use CAD will be creating tutorials on how to design extensions, loft conversions, kitchens, bathrooms, new builds, and a wide range of refurbishment projects. These kind of tutorials will give you a real-life insight into how we do a measured survey, create existing layout plans, and then walk you through the way we create new layouts to satisfy the most demanding clients. We will also show you how to save money on larger projects through the use of creative design and a good understanding of the building costs. In effect, you will be looking over our shoulder and see how our projects come to life. Once we are happy with the new layouts, we will then walk you through the planning application process and show you how to provide all you need for a valid planning application. Once we have a planning approval, we will need to prepare building regulation drawings, and for this phase we will teach you how to create detailed drawings and detailed sections for foundations, floors, roofs, electrical, heating, drainage, and everything else you need to get approval from building control. These kind of CAD tutorials are simply not available on YouTube or anywhere else. They will be an enormous help for anyone interested in developing their CAD skills, as well as showing them the process of creating and developing their building projects.